Trail closures are nothing new. Utah may have over 80,000 miles of public trails for OHV use, but that doesn't mean they'll always be there. As motorized recreation continues to grow, the debate between access and human impact rages on. While recreating responsibly is the first step towards keeping trails open, there's more you can do to participate in the conversation.
Blue Ribbon Coalition is a national 501c3 nonprofit, and so we've been fighting since 1987 through advocacy, lobbying, litigation, all of the ways that you can to fight to keep public land open for recreation across the country. For every user group, we're working with snowmobilers, off-roaders, side-by-sides, dirt bikes. We just released our first volume of the Lost Trails Guidebook, and the Lost Trails Guidebook is a collection of 30 trails that we've gone out and inventoried in the state of Utah that we think are at the greatest risk of being closed in a lawsuit we're in with the environmental groups that are trying to close these trails down. And so these trails are in the San Rafael Desert, the San Rafael Swell, and then some areas around Kanab. And when we went out and looked at these trails after being part of these lawsuits, the number one reason that they're closing trails is because we're not using them enough. And if that's the reason we're losing trails, that's an embarrassing and dumb reason to be losing a trail. So we went and found 30 trails that aren't being used enough that we need you to go out and ride. We were supported in this project by the Yamaha Outdoor Access Initiative, and Jorgensen's Power Sports in Richfield, Utah was our lead dealer sponsor to help us produce the guidebook.
We need to be a stronger voice. The recreational groups that's using these trails need to be the voice that speaks up and says, we want these trails open. Instead of just being the silent group riding, we need to be the ones that are riding and being vocal about it. It's okay to go ride, but if we're not standing up for our rights, the majority, the louder voice is going to sway the public. And we just sit back and watch our trails close down.
And the best way to stand up for your rights is to let your voice be heard.
We often will ask people to make comments on BLM plans, especially with these trails. We want you to tell the BLM that you love these trails, that you have plans to use them again, and that you want them to keep these trails open.
See, my whole philosophy is we need to discover Utah. I don't need to travel outside of Utah to get my recreation. There's so much to see here. There's so much to do here. We're living in one of the greatest states in the country. But it's a matter of getting us, our communities, to recognize where we live and the opportunities that exist where we live.
If you donate to the Blue Ribbon Coalition, you'll receive the guidebook as a free gift. Or if you're in Richfield, Utah, stop by Jorgensen's Power Sports to pick one up. And if you don't think this is an urgent issue, the second trail listed in the book was just closed a few months ago.
It does show you how critically urgent this is, that we go out and use these trails. And we need users who have gotten attached and emotionally connected to these trails because they've used them. Anytime you use these trails, and then we need you to support us and send comments to the BLM telling them you use them. So we want you to ride them, but then we want you to fight for them.
Whatever you can do to support the Blue Ribbon is definitely money well spent, no question. They're fighting the battle for us every day, and we want to support them. They're in lawsuits to protect our riding ability all the time, and we need to support the Blue Ribbon Coalition.
If you go to sharetrails.org, that's our homepage for Blue Ribbon Coalition. We always need more people engaged. If you care about outdoor recreation, if you care about motorized outdoor recreation, we need you to become part of this. We have to become the biggest mobilized force of outdoor recreation users, or they're going to close everything down given the way things are going now. And so we need your support. Sometimes that's making a comment to an agency, sometimes that's helping fund a lawsuit. Sometimes that's going out and riding a trail that we need you to ride. I mean, there's always a lot everyone could be doing to be helping. But if you care about this lifestyle, if you care about these experiences, we need you engaged.